What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got in the Inner Geekdom finals for the tournament. We got the amazing Brown Dwarf star, Knopic, taking on KO Mike Kalinowski. This is going to be an epic battle, so let's get it started. Yeah!
Someone does something nice for you, you make a name for yourself. Come thank you. You're one of those people that don't get stuff and you don't thank them for it, huh?
I have no idea who you are.
Keep on winning. I'm gonna keep on winning. We'll see where that takes us. She held up her end of the bargain, as did I. Now, she's a monster in this league. She is Frankenstein's monster. I'm Frankenstein. I created a monster and I've got to face her because I'm a man of my word. I'm torn right now. I'm torn between getting upset and going heel. What did I say before? I was going after this league. I was going after all the heels. That's what I wanted. That was my mission in Inner Geekdom, in this and that, singles, tournaments. I'm going after the heels.
And with that, Mike Kalinowski has been eliminated. Mike Kalinowski had a rough night here today. You know, Mike, you don't need to leave. You want Mike wants to leave.
That is correct. Jim Carrey. Mike, congratulations. Dustin Hoffman. Seen everyone in for her and kind of on my own for this one, so maybe that's my own doing because I shut everyone off for a little while, but you know, I got some decisions to make, so we're going to leave it at that.
And your winners!
Oh, now you want to talk. Now you want to talk, man. We came back, and I didn't want to do this. After the last time. I don't want to hear that. I need to do my own thing and take care of this. Just don't tell me what to do, man. What I need to do, you know what? I got to get out of this damn monkey soup because we you know what? Here, this is for you guys. Everyone's in our league and all this. You know what? I did not want to come back to this crap, man. And I wanted everyone to have their A game on, and no one did. But every time after the match, everyone's like, dude, man, you got to leave him. You got to leave him, this and that. And I didn't want to do it, man, because we're all friends outside here. But you guys aren't my friends. You just show up to get your face on these cameras. You know what? You see, we're a league, we're not. I'm a league of my own, man. You're talking about five-way.
Yeah, in Inner Geekdom? Yes. Yeah. Five-way match.
We're going to do things a little different. We're going to do a tournament. It's going to be an Inner Geekdom tournament.
No. We don't have time to do all that tournament stuff. We have to get nice and gentlemen.
Yeah. fans, it's Thad Williams, your commissioner. I'm here with a little bit of an update regarding the Inner Geekdom tournament.
Well, this tournament has been something crazy. I mean, you look at what Mike, the killer Kalinowski, has done. He's turned this whole league upside down on its head, and he told the commissioner, Thad Williams, that no, we're not doing a Fatal 5, we're doing a tournament. And these competitors, a lot of competitors who were not in this tournament before or even in consideration, now find themselves in a position with 4 wins. They could be playing Jason Justice Inman for that championship, and that is the case with our rookie here today, the amazing Mara Knopic, who makes her debut against Crazy Koi Jandru. So watch Mara in her first match against Koi. Koi seems like she can never play this
We found a new female superstar here. Well, I don't know if I want to call myself a superstar, but I would be willing to accept the moniker of the Brown Dwarf Star.
You have a great win. You keep on winning. Keep on winning. We'll see where that takes us.
I mean, we're into the 3rd round. You guys know who you're facing yet?
Oh, wait a minute. I know. You guys are facing each other, aren't you? Do you remember what happened at the beginning? I sat down with her. I was impressed. Very impressed. And I said, you know what? You keep winning, and I'm going to keep winning. She kept winning. I kept winning. She held up her end of the bargain, as did I. She's a monster in this league. She is Frankenstein's monster. And I'm Frankenstein. What did Frankenstein have to do to his monster? He had to put it down. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you down, Mara.
Yeah!
This, you know her, you love her on pencils and parsecs, and now she's here. You also probably know her as the manager of the Shire Wolves. It's Miss Emma Fife joining me on the table today.
It's great to be back on the Inner Geekdom table. I feel like this is where I really shine, mostly because of my profound ability to pronounce things in Elvish. So here we are.
I'm going to lean on you heavily during those rounds. It's going to be a fun match to announce with you, because you've been under this white hot spotlight in particular. I mean, you were in this tournament earlier. She got knocked out by one of the competitors.
I did, by Miss Mara Knopic.
Right, she's so talented, and she's one of these rising stars, named Brown Dwarf Star, that has just come onto the scene in such a big way. She's got 2 TKOs under her belt. Sorry, one of them was against you.
You know what? It's fair. She earned it.
But you probably know, competing against her, not only is she great in a variety of Inner Geekdom categories, she also is able to play against incredible odds. It doesn't matter what happened to her that day. She's going to show up, and she gave us one of the best matches of all time against Rachel Cushing. I believe it was 11 questions into OT.
That is absolutely correct.
Ali Frazier finally ended. What a battle that was.
It really was. I mean, that's going to go down as one of the greatest matches in Schmoedown history, certainly a contender for match of the year. And I mean, she was up against Rachel Cushing, who is an absolute titan in the Inner Geekdom.
You know better than anybody.
Absolutely. And you know, man, power to Mara for pulling through in that match. And both of them were really hurting. And I mean, we're going to see Mara hopefully competing under slightly less taxing circumstances, shall we say, today.
Less taxing, perhaps, but no less corrupt. And that's thanks to Mike Kalinowski, her opponent here today. And that's really the reason why you and I had to show up to the studio at all, is because originally this was going to be a fatal 5-way. There was going to be a collision. And then all of a sudden, Kalinowski, he's using all of his power in the league. He's lobbying Commissioner Thad Chad Williams, and he says, I think that Inner Geekdom should be a tournament, and then the winner of the Inner Geekdom tournament should get a shot at Jason Inman, the current belt holder in the Inner Geekdom division, at the live event, which is September 8th. Get your tickets while they're still hot and available, kids. So now Kalinowski comes in here, and he was kind of having his sights set on the fact that he was going to have to play Rachel Cushing, but him and Mara had a brief run-in where he was trying to say, hey, you need to thank me. Mara wanted no part of that, and he just told her, hey, you keep winning, and I keep winning, and we'll see what happens. Well, what happens is about to go down here today.
It's very true, and I still want to know who Mike Kalinowski is blackmailing to have all of this stuff happen.
Well, he's blackmailing a lot of different people, I'm sure, but he also is a damn good Inner Geekdom opponent. I mean, he took down Adam Hlavik, he got Donica Haven. I think that was both by a technical knockout as well. So these are two competitors that really know their stuff, and they are under the brightest of lights here today. Let's see how they're handling it so far with the pre-interviews.
Hey, sheep, here we are, the finals. This is going for it all. Some of you guys, you didn't think I was going to make it here, but those of you guys, I told you from the beginning what I was going to do, and here I am, ready to go for that belt. This is my last obstacle to get to Inman.
So I'm here, it's the championship against Mike Kalinowski, pretty exciting, but that's not the real reason why I'm here. I'm here because Mark Ellis owes me a bagel, and I'm going to get it before I go home. And that's right, a bagel. A bagel is a bird, a bagel is a food.
From the beginning, everyone was saying that this tournament was Rachel Cushing's to lose. Well, Rachel Cushing did lose. And who did she lose to? Mara Knopic, a person no one had even heard of. And now, she's the star. Everyone loves Mara. She's the new golden child of this league. Well, you wouldn't have met Mara if it wasn't for me.
I think my road to the championship and Mike's road have been similar. I would like to think that everyone was fairly evenly matched at the time, and I've had some tough matches, he's had some tough matches, he's also been incredible, and I've had some success as well, so it's a pretty tight race.
I admired her from the beginning, the very first match, and you know what? I asked for a little respect, and just a thank you from her, because I got her involved in this. I gave her a shot at this, getting rid of the five-way. You know what? She didn't thank me, so I said, what did I say to her? I said, you go on winning, I'm going to go on winning. We'll see what happens. Came back after a second match. You go on winning, I'll keep on winning. She did go on to keep winning, and guess what? So did I. So now I face her.
Yeah, Mike, the puppet master of all of this, I say to you that if you win, I will shake your hand today, and if I win, I'm going to demand that we go have punch and pie, and that will be a demand.
Now, Mara, in her last match, in her interview, post-interview, I was watching it, and she referred to Adam and I. Adam is a pothole, and she called me a speed bump. I don't really know what that reference is, but you know what happens? She's one of those little lowriders that's going to, drive on down the road. She's going to go to that speed bump, and this is what's going to happen. She's not going forward. I am.
All right, well, you see that Mara's still clearly, she's not 100% after her unfortunate car accident, but she was able to drive herself to the studio here today. Not many painkillers. Her mind is clear. Her heart is pure. And Mike Kalinowski continuing to cause corruption as we look ahead to Anarchy, which is going to be taking place for the majority of the fall, is going to be under that cloud. I don't know who I got here today, Emma, but I know a lot of fireworks are about to go off.
It absolutely is true, and it really could go either way today, because as you say, we have two incredibly strong competitors within Inner Geekdom, and I don't know, it's going to come down to the wire here, I think, today.
I think we could even be looking at another overtime match, which I know Mara doesn't want to hear right now, but it's going to be that close, and I am, again, lucky enough to have somebody who knows how to pronounce all the names in Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings right next to me with Emma Fife. Emma, let's talk some Tale of the Tape.
All right, so first up, we have got Mike the Killer Kalinowski, Mike K.O. Kalinowski, now in corruption. Anyway, his strengths include DC movies, Star Trek, and making infographics to memorize all of the characters in Harry Potter.
That is an actual
fact. And we have the amazing Mara Knopic, the brown dwarf star. Her strengths include MCU, Star Wars, and fighting through the pain.
She is a gamer if there ever was one, and I fancy myself a sportsman, a competitor, and I just like to see good matches like this, so I consider myself ready. Emma, can you say the same?
I would say that I am ready indeed, Mark Ellis. All right, then.
Let's do it.
Okay, then it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
With such grace and elegance that I could never even aspire Introducing first. Brand new competitor onto the scene, and she is already 3-0 in the Inner Geekdom tournament. She finds herself in the finals. Please welcome the Brown Form star, Mara Knopic!
Honestly, I appreciate Mara's commitment to being comfortable, you know?
I do love the amazing amount of Chewbacca enthusiasts we have, not only that are competing, but also in the crowd. I hear a lot of Wookiee
A lot of Wookiee whores calling out their support for Mara Knopic. And honestly, if you've never worn a onesie, I cannot recommend it enough. It's basically the most comfortable piece of clothing you can wear.
Well, she'll be having for 5 rounds.
A singles competitor.
Okay, so that is not her Wookiee onesie. What condition will she return it to them, in victorious or in a losing effort? Her opponents.
You can't fight the friction. So,
He's 3-0 in this tournament so far with 2 TKOs. He is the face of corruption. Fight! KO! Kalinowski! Joshingly and jokingly giving it up for Mara as well.
I remember when Mike Kalinowski first came on the scene in Inner Geekdom, dressed as Batman. He was a real force for good and for justice. And
He's a good guy to root for, but I will say, so far, just looking at it today, he walked out, he was very courteous to the crowd. They were not courteous to him. He shook Mara's hand, so maybe Mike Kalinowski's turned over a new leaf. Mike Kalinowski, how are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Yeah.
Feeling very good.
Okay. Very nice gentleman. So
Very pleasant. Yep.
far, the crowd looks a little stunned, so I guess with all the controversy put to bed behind us now, I can just ask the competitors.
It's come to a fair way that it's supposed to come to. A competitor that no one knew is now here at this desk. We're going for the belt after this. You know, this is the way it's supposed to work. Yeah, everyone's looking at me as a bad guy. That's not the way this went down.
Oh, so you're taking credit for Mara being here today?
No, her skill got her here, but
Okay.
she would have had this option to be here if it wasn't for. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Let's put it that way.
That's the most corrupt
past thank yous. We're past thank yous at this point. We're here.
We are here, and we are ready to go up here at the answer desk. Mara, are you ready?
yay.
Mike, are you ready?
I am ready.
Hey, that was good.
All right, well then it's time for the movie trivia
Saki finish in this one in round number 1. It's going to play like a normal round 1 would in any garden variety Inner Geekdom championship or otherwise match. It's going to be 10 questions from 10 different corners of the Inner Geekdom universe. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There's no stealing in round 1. We're going to ask the question from the answer desk to you. You have about 15 seconds to get your answer ready. You need to write it down in that time as well on the whiteboard with the marker we have generously provided each competitor. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to the camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor that for the duration of the 5 rounds, you each have 3 usages of the JTE rule. That's Josh the engineer, and it's his rule because he likes to ask for a lot of repeats. You may do the same up to 3 times in any given match, whether it's 3 rounds or 5 rounds, a championship division. You guys also have 1 challenge each. If you don't like the way a question was ruled, you may use that challenge. If your challenge is upheld, then you retain the right to challenge. Emma Fife is going to be asking all of the round 1 questions, and without further ado, Emma, let's have the first one from the category of
Middle Earth. In Return of the King, who becomes a guard of the Citadel after pledging allegiance to Denethor?
and with 1 question.
Yes.
I'm so happy I turned the
already,
over
you
to
know,
you
listen.
to get those out of the
Well, this one actually was a human name that I was pronouncing, so.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pens down, Mike Kalinowski.
Pippin?
That is correct for 1 point. Pippin.
It
Also
was.
correct. Or took is spelling. All right, second question, the category of Star Wars. Obi-Wan and Anakin battle on what volcanic planet in the climax of Revenge of the Sith?
I went on a date with a young lady.
If you went to a volcanic planet?
The Incredibles of Midnight. You know what? That's a better story. So I'll keep that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Mara, you're up first.
Mustafar.
It is Mustafar.
Mustafar.
Correct. All right, third question. In the category of D&D What is the name of the hidden island homeland of the Amazons?
I've never taken a young lady to the Amazon.
To the Amazon itself.
I have not done that yet.
It's a lot of exciting wildlife there, I
It's an
hear.
adventure.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Mike.
Themyscira, aka Paradise Island.
That is correct for 1 point. And Mara?
Themyscira.
Also correct.
Don't know if it's spelled right at all.
Listen, there's actually a note in here that says tough to spell, but anything close will be acceptable.
That's why we love you, Chris Nowinski.
All right, question number 4, the category of Marvel movies. In 2000's X-Men, what 2 members of the team saved Wolverine and Rogue from Sabretooth's initial attack on the road in Canada? Wolverine is spent a lot of time in Canada. Is he actually Canadian? I think he's actually Canadian.
I don't know what his citizenship
Yeah.
level is, but I believe he has a DUI, so he's not allowed back in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go pens down, and let's give this to Mara first.
Storm and Cyclops.
That is correct.
Storm and Cyclone.
Also correct.
And because each competitor is throwing a perfect game thus far, I always like to ruin it by cursing them and reminding everybody that if they throw a perfect round 1, they will be asked a bonus question that only they can answer.
All right. Next question, category of MCU. Who directed Spider-Man Homecoming?
You know, these Spider-Man movies really mounting up.
They really,
There's
yeah.
a lot of,
I think I'm confused about where things are happening now, because Spider-Man's he's like dancing that line in between
upside down kisses.
MCU and...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kalinowski.
Is it John Watts?
Yes, it is John Watts.
John Watts.
That is correct.
Matter of fact, it is right.
Perfect round for both competitors thus far. Next question, DC movies. Finish the Green Lantern quote. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall... Fill in the blank. What a Green Lantern question.
I love when we get a Green Lantern.
I think that somebody's overestimated how many people have actually seen or care to remember Green Lantern.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. Finish the Green Lantern quote. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall... Fill in the blank.
Escape my sight.
Yeah?
I enjoyed it.
Well, you were in the minority there.
4, 3, 2, 1. And we are going to give this one to Mara first.
Well, I didn't finish it, so it doesn't count.
No, except that,
unfortunately,
my
it does
Kalinowski
not.
get it.
Escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern.
Yes, okay. All we needed was escape my sight. So, yes, that is correct, Mike Kalinowski. Still with the perfect round. Next category, mixed bag. This is question number 7. When was Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull released? That's a movie release date question. I know, it's a movie release date. Scott Vance just materializes out of the background.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Mike.
2008.
That is correct.
2008.
Also correct.
Wow, 1 point advantage for Kalinowski. These competitors have earned their right to be here.
Yeah, they definitely have. Question number 8, category of Star Trek. In 2009's Star Trek, who does Kirk first meet on a shuttle bound for Starfleet Academy? I kind of liked that first Star Trek movie.
I enjoyed this. I was never a big fan of the TV shows, but that Jean-Luc guy's coming back, I heard.
That Jean-Luc guy is coming back.
4, 3,
Hank
2, 1.
McCoy.
Pens down. We go to Mara.
Bones.
That is correct.
Bones, Dr. McCoy.
Yep, that is correct.
Right. For 5 points, what's his first name? I'm kidding. It's Leonard. We all know that one.
All right. Next category. Question 9, heroes and villains. In The Dark Knight Rises, what does Selina Kyle steal from Bruce upon their first meeting? I mean, that's like a heck of a way to form a friendship or an enemy. You just show up to their house.
First day with a young lady on Mustafar.
Right, you stole
Never
something
saw my
from
wild
her.
again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We go to Mike.
His mother's
It's
pearl
2 things. He
necklace.
stole the mother's pearls and his fingerprints.
That's the mother's pearls was the question that we were looking for, but yes,
Dead mommy pearl necklace.
that is correct.
That is right. His mom's name, we don't know if it was Martha, but we know she had a pearl necklace. And we have approached the last question in round 1. Mike Kalinowski still within range of getting that bonus question that will be asked only to him. Our last question is a Patreon question. This comes to us from Andrew Schick. We love your family's razors, and we love you, Andrew Schick. 6 for being a Patreon supporter. If you're not already a member, check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon and see which category and tier is right for you.
And
he chose
the category of Harry Potter.
Interesting. Andrew Schick, I believe he's a Slither.
All right. In the Goblet of Fire, as a safety measure, what new rule is announced regarding the eligibility of students wishing to be selected for the Tri-Wizard Tournament?
I feel bad I gave him Slytherin. I didn't give him a...
No, Slytherin's a good one. I'm Slytherin, so I support that. But I love Hufflepuffs also. Hufflepuff's a great house.
4,
They
3,
must be at least
2, never
16.
visited any of them. 1, hands down,
Never
and
went on a date to
Mara.
one.
By the way, Slytherin and proud.
Heck yeah.
They have to be over 16.
Can't accept
I
that.
can't quite accept that.
Sorry,
no.
Mike, do you have it?
Well, I put they had to be over a certain age.
It is 17, but we needed it to be written
Must
down
be
17.
17.
Yeah, cannot accept that. So Mike does not get a perfect game, although he got this close, and Mara still trails Mike by 1, as she did the majority of that round. But I mean, these competitors are showing us their mettle. They have earned the right to be here today, and now we are upon the wheel round. This is round number 2. In round number 2, the wheel will emerge with 10 different categories from 10 different corners of the inner geekdom universe, and the fan favorite spinner's choice and the competitor dreaded opponent's choice. Each category contains 5 questions from that genre. Each question is worth 2 points. There is no penalty for missing a question, but there is stealing available in round number 2. If a competitor is not sure of the answer, you can ask us to give you multiple choice options. We'll give you 4. One of them is the right answer, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. Competitors, we have Mike Kalinowski in the lead by 1, and he is going to have the option to spin first or defer to Mara. I will defer.
All right, so that means Mara is up.
Here comes Mara. She is walking over to the wheel, which is sponsored by our Schmoedown patron, Nathan Ovendale. Nathan Ovendale, thank you for sponsoring it. We have Heroes and Villains and Scores and Soundtracks are the sponsored wedges here today, courtesy of Nathan Ovendale. And here it comes, looking at opponent choice, the MC and Harry Potter. All right, Mara, how are you feeling about Mr. Potter?
She's staying.
All right. Okay, Mara, you get 5 questions in the world of Harry Potter. Your first question. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry accidentally sets free an animal when visiting the zoo. What kind of animal did he set free?
A snake.
It was a snake. Yes. We can accept that, and that is 2 points in your favor. Your next question. What actor played Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter films?
Rupert Grint.
2 more points. Third question of 5. What is the name of the old man who was killed after overhearing Voldemort conspiring with Peter Pettigrew at the beginning of the Goblet of Fire?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Tobias Prince, B, Jacob Kowalski, C, Frank Bryce, or D, Herbert Chorley?
B. Jacob Kowalski.
C.
It was C, Frank Bryce. Give her a point. Well maneuvered there. Your next question. This is your penultimate one in this round. In the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Ollivander tells Harry that the 2 wands he took from Malfoy Manor belonged to Draco Malfoy and who else?
Shit, the heck is her name?
Go to 5, 4, 3.
Harry?
That is incorrect for the steal, and a big 2 points here, Mike Kalinowski.
Do I get the question again without a JT rule?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
In the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Ollivander tells Harry that the 2 wands he took from Malfoy Manor belonged to Draco Malfoy and...
Lestrange.
Is it Snape?
It is not Snape.
Looking for Bellatrix Lestrange. Bellatrix Lestrange. All right. And now, Mara's come down to her last question in round 2. She's going to have a lead coming out of it regardless. See if she can pad it a little bit here. Which of Ron Weasley's brothers is injured by a werewolf? And we'll need an answer in 5.
Percy?
4. That is incorrect for the steal, Mike.
George?
Can I hear the question again, please, without...
Which of Ron Weasley's brothers is injured by a werewolf?
George?
5,
Is it George?
That is incorrect. Looking for Bill. Bill. He was always hanging around with werewolves, and they always told him don't smoke cigarettes with werewolves.
I feel like maybe the werewolf attack is what later made him go on to become a commander in the First Order. And
that could be it. That was Bill. That Donald Gleason?
Yeah, that was Donald Gleason.
All right. Well, Mara is still coming out of this with the lead, a 4-point lead over Mike Kalinowski, and it really comes down to what category he can spin. So, Mike, without further ado, please corrupt our wheel of justice. Okay, here comes Mike, and
here's the spin.
They got so much time left in a championship match. Even when you get to round 2, you miss some questions you think you should have had. You get the betting round. You get the speed round.
Oh yeah, I have seen people in these 5-rounders come back hard in that speed round, even when they were down in round 2. Again, there's still so many opportunities to make a big difference here, even should things not go.
And Emma, I said corrupt the wheel, and it seems it was happy because he spun spinner's choice.
You blessed him to corrupt the wheel, and here we are.
It looks like it's just wrenching his pure heart to do this tomorrow, to select a category. So, Mike, what category would you like to select for round number 2? All right, thinking about all that knowledge in his head, and we need an answer in 5, 4, DCEU. All right, here we go in the DCEU. Okay, Mike, you've selected the DCEU, and you're going to hear 5 questions in that critically acclaimed world. Your question number 1 is, in Justice League, what does Batman tell Flash when asked what his superpowers are?
I'm rich.
2 points. All right, your next question.
Silence.
What is the name of Zod's science officer in the movie Man of Steel?
It is not a deep sigh.
I was just guess Theora.
Okay,
Multiple choice.
I can do that. Is it A, Darren Vex, B, Dev M, C, Jax or D, Rao?
A.
It is not B. Can Mara steal it for a point?
Will you...
The options?
Well, no, yeah, will you...
Sure. I'll do the whole thing. What is the name of Zod's science officer in Man of Steel? Is it A, Darren Vex, B, Dev M, C, Jax or D, Rao?
A.
D?
It is not looking for Jax Really good at chemistry.
50-90.
That's right. Never been by a werewolf. That's a fact. Our next question, and this is again going just to Mike in the world of DCEU movies. It's his 3rd in this round. In Wonder Woman, what language is Dr. Meru's notebook written in that only Diana can translate?
It's 2 languages. It's Ottoman and Sumerian.
We'll take Sumerian for 2 points. And the impressive Kalinowski, even the fans who don't like him, gave him a little round of applause for knowing both languages. We are tied at 13, Emma. We have 2 questions left for Mike to try to take a lead going into the betting round. Next question. In the movie Justice League, when the 3 mother boxes are gathered together, what do they form? We need a specific name.
The Unity.
It's called the Unity.
It is called the Unity, and Kalinowski has taken the lead by 2 over Mara, and he still has 1 question left, and that one is, in Suicide Squad, what is the name of Enchantress's brother, the one she summons to help her eradicate mankind?
Oscar-winning Suicide Squad.
Multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Incubus, B, Cerberus,
A.
C, Diablo, or D, Shaman?
A. A. A.
Incubus.
1 point for Mike Kalinowski, and he completes a very impressive round 2 in the DCU. He spun spinner's choice. That's what you're supposed to do, and he has a 3-point lead over Mara, who also played very gamely with Harry Potter.
She absolutely did, and playing the game is part of the Schmoedown, and Mike played a great game. He had some things that he wasn't sure on. He went to the multiple choice. Ultimately, it worked out for him, and if it had not, then Mara would have only been able to steal 1 point. So there's a little bit of strategy involved there.
Well, we do get to see Mike Kalinowski spin that wheel 1 more time because he is in the lead, meaning he is going to be spinning for the betting round. We're going to see what the category is, and once we get that, we'll tell the opponents just how they're going to make the wager. All right, spinning that wheel. The Patreon sponsored wheel. Thanks again, Andrew Schick. Doing a great job. All right. Excuse me, that was Nathan Ovendale, but thanks.
Nathan Ovendale.
Nathan Ovendale. We love you
Andrew
too.
Schick came in with the Harry
Andrew
Potter
Schick was
question in
there.
round 1.
That's right. Get my Schicks and my Ovendales confused.
Ooh,
He has
Star
fun.
Trek.
Star Trek. Very interesting category for both competitors. Here's how it works. You guys see the category Star Trek, so please write down and keep it to yourself the amount of points that you are comfortable wagering from 0 to 3. If you get the question right, you win that amount of points. If you get the question wrong, you lose that amount of points. So it gives you a little bit of time to write it down, and once you do so, please show it to our incredible assistant, Lonzo Ball. Excuse me, that's not Lonzo Ball. I got my glass on. That is actually Robert Butler III. And here we go. This is in the world of Star Trek. And your question is, what is the name of the Klingon planet the crew traveled to take Khan into custody in Star Trek Into Darkness? Normal 15 seconds here. That's more like 10 now.
Probably rounded in around 6.
The way time works, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Chronos.
1. All right, so competitors have finished writing their questions. So, Mike, how many points did you wager?
I wagered 1.
You wagered 1. Mara, how many did you wager?
2.
Okay, Mike, your answer.
Chronos.
Okay, and Mara, your answer?
Kronos.
Okay, it's points all around here. And Mara, being a little bolder than Mike in the category Star Trek, has inched her way 1 point closer to his 17-point lead. She's got 15 points, and we go into the speed round now. Emma, how do you see this match shaping up so far?
Oh, man. I mean, they've really been neck and neck so far. Mike has continued to just slightly have the edge, so it's really going to come down to the speed round right now. If Mara Knopic is really on those buzzers and knows these answers, she could very easily overtake him in this round.
That's right, and it's not a joke when you say it is a little bit of a physical exertion to get that buzzer down, so hopefully Mara can keep up with Kalinowski, although she's not feeling 100%. Here we go with the buzzer round. So in front of the competitors, you will see a buzzer. We're going to ask a question. At any point during Emma's asking of the question, if you feel like you know the answer, you can hit that buzzer. You only get to hit it once per question. You hit it once. Once I say your name, you have 2 seconds exactly to give us the correct answer. If you don't get it to us in time or it's incorrect, you lose a point. If you get it correct, you get a point.
All right, time for the speed round. Question number 1. In Black Panther, who is the leader of the Jabari tribe from the mountains?
Mike.
Mbaku.
That is correct. Question number 2. Kevin Costner has appeared in how many DCEU films?
2.
Mike.
3.
Incorrect. It's looking for 2.
Back to 17 to 15.
Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Question number 3. What is the name of the heroic droid in Rogue One?
Mike.
K2SO.
That is correct for 1 point. Question number 4. What MCU actor has a small role as
Chris
George
Hemsworth.
Kirk in 2009 Star Trek?
That is Mike.
Chris Hemsworth.
Correct. Question number 5. In the Fellowship of the Ring, what is the name of the mines that the Fellowship must pass?
Mike.
Mines of Moria.
That is correct.
Wow, what an impressive speed round from Mike Kalinowski. He got up early, and then he regressed it. It's like you make a birdie, you make a bogey, he's right back. What's that going to do to him mentally? But he gets the next 3 right. That's one of the more impressive speed rounds I have ever witnessed in my time.
I have to agree with you there, because as somebody that has witnessed many a speed round and has had competitors in title shots many, many times, I have seen how that speed round can really rock you if you start answering questions incorrectly early on, and Mike, it did not even faze him.
That's right, and Wookiees known for their strength, but maybe not their quickness on the buzzer. And here we go to the final round. This is round number 5 of the Inner Geekdom Championship. Once again, the winner of this playoff tournament is going to be playing against Jason Inman, the current Inner Geekdom belt holder, live at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Live event September 8th at the El Portal Theater in North Hollywood. In round number 5, here's how it works. Each competitor is going to give us a series of 3 numbers ranging from 1 to 16. You can't pick the same numbers as your opponent because each number corresponds to a movie trivia category up here at our answer desk. The first number you give us is going to be a 2-point question. The next one in a different category is going to be a 3-point, and then the last one a 5-point question. There is no penalty for missing an answer in this round, and there is no stealing in round number 5. Our final round, Mike Kalinowski, you currently enjoy a 5-point advantage over Mara. Would you like to give us your numbers now, sir?
Sure. 3, 8, and 13.
3, 8, and 13.
3, 8, and 13. And Mara, your numbers?
9, 2, 7.
9, 2, and 7.
Going all out of order, and I like the moxie. All right, Mara. You currently trail by 5 points, and this 2-pointer can get you back within striking distance with your 3-pointer. You selected number 9, and that corresponds to the category of Star Trek. All right, and your Star Trek question. In Star Trek 2009, Sulu was proficient in what kind of combat?
Fencing.
That is correct for 2 points.
Just like that, she could tie Mike Kalinowski with this next question if it's answered correctly. She selected number 2, and that corresponds to the Hobbit movies. Everybody don't remember they made Lord of the Rings, and those were good. Then they made the Hobbit, and I enjoyed them. I give them a hard time.
Watchable.
All right. Mara, your question in the world of the Hobbit is, who plays the Master of Lake Town in the Hobbit series?
Stephen Fry.
We are tied! Now we move on to Mike Kalinowski. Mike Kalinowski, you now have to answer a question.
Point of order, I can tell you all 13 dwarfs from The Hobbit.
That is an impressive feat.
Unfortunately, we cannot award any bonus points for that at this time, but we'll bring it up with the commissioner.
We can award points out of the bar across the street because we're done with this match. That is going to be impressive. All right, Mike Kalinowski, you selected number 3 for your 2-point question. That corresponds up here to my eyes with scores and soundtracks. Scores and soundtracks. All right, your question for 2 points is, who composed the score for Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2?
Tyler Bates.
Brian Tyler.
That is incorrect.
Tyler Bates.
Tyler Bates. And so we stick with Mike Kalinowski, and in your 3-point category, you selected the number of 8. And we'll see if you can scramble around just like the great Steve Young did. You selected number 8, and that corresponds to the DCEU, which stands for, I believe, DC Comics Extended Universe.
That would be DCCEU.
Nevertheless, your 3-point question is, in David Ayers' Suicide Squad, what is the name of the Enchantress's alter ego?
June Moon.
June Moon. Yes, it is. Dr. June Moon. So now Mike Kalinowski back to a 3-point lead, and it all comes down to this question for Mara. And you know, sometimes you get a category that's very interesting, and it seems like fate is smiling upon someone. I seem to remember her introduction, and as I replayed in my head, she selected number 7. For your 5-point question, Mara, to take the lead, is Indiana Jones. Your question.
What?
Your question is...
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, did you hear the category?
Yeah.
Okay.
He started to say something that didn't matter.
I just said your question.
Exactly. I couldn't hear you. We're on the same page.
Right.
Most of the things I say do not matter.
Hey, where's my bagel?
Your question is, for 5 points and a lead over Mike Kalinowski and to stay in the game, what artifact, and we need the name of the artifact, is briefly recovered by a young Indiana Jones at the beginning of The Last Crusade?
The Cross of Coronado.
That is correct.
5-point lead.
Well, she has a 2-point lead.
She got 5. I get
She's still in
excited.
the game. She's still in the game.
I get really sweaty over this stuff, Emma. And it's just one of these things. You hope you're going to see a match like this that leads up, because 3-0, 3-0, and it all just comes down to this. And thank goodness I got another overtime, because we don't have the question power, to be honest with you. We do have one more question. That's going to be asked to Mike Kalinowski, and that will determine whether he walks out of here a winner and faces Jason Inman, or if we're going to see Mark Knopic.
How many JT rolls do I have left?
You have 1, sir. No, I believe you have 3.
I don't recall him using any.
All right. Mike Kalinowski, your question. Number 13 is what you selected? 13. For 5 points. In the world of the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, name the 2 robotic arms that Tony Stark utilizes in his lab, as mentioned in the Iron Man solo films and in Homecoming.
Dummy?
Need both of them? You get 20 seconds.
It's Dummy? And what's the other one?
We're down to 10 seconds. We go to 5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
2. Name the 2 robotic arms that Tony Stark utilizes in his lab as mentioned in the Iron Man solo films and in Homecoming.
Dummy?
Go to 5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
2. Name the 2 robotic arms that Tony Stark utilizes in his lab as mentioned in the Iron Man solo films and Homecoming.
Dummy's one of them. I can't remember the other one.
Go to 5.
Is it Laurel and Hardy?
4.
And your winner!
Are you shitting me?
She has toppled the corrupt Mike Kalinowski. What a performance by KO, but Mara Knopic walks out of here a worthy champion of this tournament and will be facing Jason Inman for the Intergeekdom bout September 8th. I am excited about this, Emma Fife. What a match by both competitors.
Of course, I'm absolutely thrilled by this. She
Wow.
beat Rachel, and now I want to see her go on to beat Jason Inman, and then that just justifies to me that Mara truly is a star here in the Intergeekdom tournament, and I can't wait to see what she does next.
I mean, this is one of the more crazy things that I've seen. Not because Mara isn't as good of a competitor as Mike. I think that they're on equal ground as this match
absolutely.
proves. But it's Mara. She just comes out of really nowhere in this, and then all of a sudden she's in the playoff, and she's competing in the tournament, and she goes 3-0, and then she's up against Mike Kalinowski, and this is not an easy setting to win a game and focus. She was able to do that, as was Mike. He just got a tough MCU question there in the last. Exhausted as JT Earl still wasn't quite as nuts.
What's the answer to that?
The answer to that is Dumb E and you.
Oh, wow.
You, Dumb E.
Yeah,
Those are
you,
Tony
Dumb E,
Starks.
gotcha.
That is you, I am Dumb E. And now we are going to throw it to Jen Sturger, who is going to have a post-game interview with both the winner and the loser. Jen, the chaos, the corruption, the victory of Mara is all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, she has done it. The Brown Dwarf Star, did I do that right? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good. Has taken down the Death Star. Oh my gosh. I ever think in a million years we'd be standing right here
No.
at the end of this tournament.
No, not at all. And I have so many people that I can thank for that. With Coy, Emma, and Rachel, they were all so intimidating that I got my prep on, you know? I studied, and I couldn't have done it without them, and they have all been such strong supporters. I don't think there were any losers in my matches.
He took you down to the very last question. Oh my
So
gosh!
guys, I just wanted to come and say congratulations, and honestly, that means a ton to me. We played a really incredible match, and I'm so happy for you, and I'm happy for you today. Down with Anarchy, thank God.
Yeah!
And someone's going to the live event, and I will be in the front row rooting her on. Congratulations, seriously.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, even with Mike, even with our blood feud, he didn't walk out of this a loser in my eyes.
No, he took you down to the very last question. You guys came down to the last question, and what were you thinking as he was using his JTE rules and just trying to pull that last answer?
I was thinking, that is one of the toughest questions I have ever heard, and I didn't know the answer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's tough.
Now, you just took down corruption. I mean,
So does that mean
you're going to have a target on your back now?
Does this mean I rule the roost?
No.
Can we do things my way now?
No.
Oh
Not
yeah,
how this works.
This is
No.
happening.
No. But you will be facing Jason Inman at the live event.
You know, there are some complications with that. I have a close personal relationship with one of the members of the Horsemen. And who would he cheer on? A person that he's in a close relationship with, or his fellow horseman? Whoa, quite the conundrum.
Shit just got heavy. So, Mike, obviously that was not the outcome you were hoping for.
No. Here we are. So we move forward.
Were you impressed by Mara?
I've been impressed since day one. So this is what this tournament was about. I could have not faced Mara right now by bringing her into the tournament, so here we are.
No, she took you down to the last question.
She did? Yep.
Did you think by using your JTE rules that you could actually pull
No, I
it,
had no
or
clue
you
what
were
that
just
was.
stalling?
And anyone that thinks that they know what that was, it's
It's what it is. It's this is how the game works. We can fault it all we want. I've spun, I'm sure everyone when they saw me spin DCEU, never thought I was going to win, and that's how it goes. It's just the game, and you could have a great round up until the end, and you lose at the end, and that's what it is. I wanted a fair tournament, and I got a fair tournament, and I am the result of that. So I will happily step away from it. As in, this is how it went. I can't fault it. I wanted this. I wanted it fair across the board, fair questions. It just didn't go my way. When I thought they said MCU for that 5 point, I thought I was in good hands. I challenge anyone in this league that could know what that question was. So, it was I wasn't going to pull it out.
Does this mean the end for corruption?
Well, we got the whole tournament coming up, so, I'm not, we're going to see what happens. We're going to go with it, and, just hope we don't watch Mara, Go get the live event and watch Mara continue on her path that she's on.
That's it? This is the nicest interview we've had in a long time.
There's no reason. People think, they do the whole thing. I'm a heel, I'm a bad guy, this and that. It's what it is. I was set out to do something. I accomplished that. I was hoping that I would, of course, wanted the belt, but it didn't happen for me, so I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to whine about it. It happened. The belt will always be there. Mara's a competitor that now has put the league on notice. For a while it was always Rachel, and now there's two of them. Two great stars in this league will be facing each other again. We're gonna do this dance forever. So
what's next?
Should I tell you? Maybe I have things working. This is the corruption was not just about the Inner Geekdom. It was the start of the Inner Geekdom, and then it was going to go out from there. I'm not gonna tell everything. I'm gonna tell you that. No fun in that. There's no fun in that. You want to close this out, Jen?
No, we're done here.
We're done here? Are we? We are done. This part is done.
Sorry it's such a bad day.
It's okay. It wasn't a bad day. I saw Mara win. Person, my creation. Moving on. And now she's going to go against Inman. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, we will.
All right, Em, you see this. Mara's just very, very graceful in victory. And Mike Kalinowski, I'm not going to say he's turned over a new leaf. He's clearly looking forward to anarchy and messing with a lot. He's done a lot of team shuffling. But you got to realize both these competitors knew who they were going up against, and they both brought their A game.
Absolutely, and they had their ups and downs throughout the game. Mike Kalinowski was up for most of the game, and then it just didn't go his way in round 3. We've seen it happen before in the Inner Geekdom, out of the Inner Geekdom. My goodness, William Bibiani is legendary for being terrible at round 3. So, there's some luck as far as the chips fall where the Schmoedown is concerned, and when you have two people that are as strong of competitors as Mike Kalinowski and Mara Knopic, it boils down to you luck out getting a question or you don't.
And you see the resolve of somebody like Mara Knopic, who was really up against it. She goes into the last round trailing by 5 points, and it wasn't just any 5 points. Some of those points were earned in the speed round with Mike just a whiz on the buzzer, getting questions right, left and right, and then all of a sudden you just go back and forth. What a match. Mara is good at giving us victory. She's also good at giving us some all-time matches, and Mike Kalinowski, for all the crap that we give him, his corruption led to this tournament, and I think that's a pretty darn good thing. Emma Fife, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Answer Desk today. How about a hand for Emma Fife, everybody?
Well, thank you for having me and utilizing my ability to pronounce wizard words. And yeah, we'll see you guys all at that live event on September 8th.
That is right. You can get your tickets right now. Just go to schmoedownlive.com, or you can just check out any one of our Twitter feeds, websites, etc. Get your tickets for this out for the September 8th event. And make sure you guys check out Emma Fife across all social media platforms and her show Pencils and Parsecs. I am merely Mark Ellis, and you should check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Check out our Patreon right now. Select which tier is right for you. Maybe we say your name in an upcoming championship match for the Schmoedown Rundown, the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page, and Christian George Harloff. That is Emma Fife. Again, baby carrots, and we will see you guys at the live event.
Doesn't it keep you awake in the middle of the night? The feeling that if you just known a little bit more about the movie Labyrinth, the history of the Schmoedown would be different?
It does indeed. But then I feel a great swell of pity for anyone who comes around looking for a rematch.
You should have killed me when you had the chance!
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
Release the Kraken! No! This is madness!
This is Sparta!
The war has begun.
Tell me, do you bleed?
Oh, that's gonna be an awesome
What's up,
match.
Schmoedown fans? Frank here, and it is time for your Schmoedown breakdown. It is the final match of the tournament, and both Mike and Mara started off red hot. Mike put up 9 points, which he has been doing this whole tournament in this round. As for Mara, she finally put up a score higher than 5 points. Her 8 points ties her own personal record, which she set in her very first match. Into round 2, and Mara continues to do what she has done the whole tournament. She has been averaging 5 points, and that's exactly what she earns here on her turn. As for Mike, he also stayed in line with what he's been doing throughout the tournament, putting up 7 points of his own. With the betting round, Mara was able to chip away at Mike's 3-point lead and get it down to 2 with a score of 17-15 heading into the speed round. The speed round was exactly that. Mike buzzed in on all 5 questions, and he correctly answered 4 for a total of 3 points. Now with one final round to go, Mara was facing a 5-point deficit. No player in the Inner Geekdom has ever come back from such a deficit. The most points anyone has ever overcome is 4 points when Hector Navarro did it against Jeremy Johns to retain his title at last year's Collider Collision. But in the final round, Mike could only answer his 3-pointer, while Mara would go 3 for 3 for all 10 points to complete the comeback win, and is a final score of 25-23. Inside the numbers, Mike Kalinowski had a solid day overall. He went 19 of 26 for 73% correct. His overall accuracy throughout the tournament will stand at 85% over this 4-match span. As for our tournament winner, Mara Knopic, she played her best match in the entire tournament, answering 15 of 20 for 75% correct. Throughout her 4 tournament matches, her accuracy sits at 64%. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out SD Rundown Stats on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the Schmoedown Rundown every Saturday on the Collider Podcast Network on YouTube and the Collider Factory Podcast feed. This has been your Schmoedown Breakdown.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about the Patreon...
Woo! Mara! Congratulations! You did it! You have reached the final. You're gonna face Inman for the championship at the live event. Yeah! Kalinowski, man, you had a great run, though. You know, you put together this whole tournament, which I have loved. I've loved the whole corruption thing. I'm a massive fan of corruption. But Mara, man, she is a fucking beast. She's a beast. No pun intended towards William Bibiani. But she's amazing. She is amazing. Pun intended. I can't wait to see her face in. I want to see her. I want to see Mara get that belt. I really do. I guess I am biased, you know. I got to interview Mara, which was incredible. She's such a wonderful person. So yeah, I want Mara to get that belt. This has been a fantastic tournament. Fun matches all the way around. I'm thoroughly impressed. Yeah. We got a lot to talk about on Schmoedown All Access this Sunday. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, Chris Woodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. And if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fan Reaction League on Facebook. Also, like I said, we do new episodes of Schmoedown All Access each and every Sunday on the Jack of All Trivia YouTube channel. You can also go back and see our interview with Mark Knopic, or also Ben Bateman, William Bibbiani. I'm hoping I can lock down some competitors soon. So until next time, Mr. Boy C-Dub, thoroughly impressed. Peace. Peace.